What's up everybody? It's your favorite Asian, Shinny Limmy here. I'm gonna teach you guys 4 easy ways to do the Faro Shuffle. Now before we continue, I know what you're gonna say. Shin, there's a lot of advanced Faro tricks that we can already do and that they already perform. Well, just a little heads up for you guys, okay? You see, there's a pyramid level of level Asian, all right? Now at the bottom we have, of course, Warlock 50. That's actually what I'm at right now. Trying to work my way up. It really depends on how long you've been in Asian for. Of course, the longer your dribble becomes Anaconda or whatever spring. You know, for example, the second level is, of course, Warlock level 69, which is about God level, but you can actually reach above that, which is the very top tier, and it's called the Singapore level, or as many like to call it, the verts. Of course, you know, Darren Yao and Kevin Ho, the rest of these guys have all been Singaporean for longer than 12 years. I've only been a Singaporean for 5 years. Been trying to join their group for many times. I tried to sneak in. They've kicked me out multiple occasions. It's only because I haven't lived there long enough. But essentially, the longer you live there, the longer your dribble becomes. It's really not my fault. It really has to do with location. But in any case, here are 4 easy little tricks you can do if you already know the Faro Shuffle. Now before we get into those little tricks, I'm gonna teach the Faro Shuffle. So you're gonna split the pack up into 2 equal-ish piles, or actually you want them to be exactly equal. Of course, it doesn't happen all the time, but that's all right. The top half pile is kind of in this weird biddle grip kind of situation, so I'm just gonna show it to you slowly. The second one is gonna remain in mechanics grip like this, and then you're gonna want to touch corners, but I like to touch the opposite corners, as you can see, because as I'm shuffling them into each other, this top pile then goes in this direction, thus making it shit. As you can see, the top half goes in and it's sliding all the way down to this end, thus squaring it up perfectly together. So one more time, we cut it about half. 2 corners touch like this. And then I square it up. Like that. You want to start out in the cards that are closest to you. So like that first. Alright, I like to do that. And as I'm sliding this top half downwards, cards then shuffle together. Have the 2 corners touch together, and you're gonna push down, but push down on the angles, on the cards that are closest to you first. And as the top packet moves and slides to get squared, all the cards get shuffled in like this. Now this is not really a perfect Faro Shuffle, but it's good enough for what we're gonna do. Alright, you don't have to be perfect, you don't have to be completely Asian to do this. This is a level for everybody. So that is the Faro Shuffle. Let's get into the tricks you can do with these. Now one of the first tricks we're gonna try with the Faro is actually the Faro fan. I like it because it's extremely easy. So it looks something like this. Like that. Done with the thumb. And now, all we're gonna do is we're gonna do a thumb fan, but while with the Faro cards. Now, you don't want the cards to be too far out. So as you can see, they're about 1/3 of the way in. That's all you need, okay, to keep the cards within the fan. Because the reason is if they're too far sticking out, these cards are gonna fall out. Okay, so don't do that. Don't drop the cards like that. it out. Now, it's important that we want the cards, the left hand mechanics grip to be more than in the right hand. So as you can see, there's slightly more cards in my left hand than in the right. The reason for this is because when we do the Faro, we can immediately get into the fan, right? Because there's more cards on the bottom end. Because if you had more cards on the top end, you'd have to turn the cards around. So this is just for, you know, fluidity, to be able to quickly do the fan rather than awkwardly turning the deck around. So that you can quickly move right into the fan, okay? Now to do the cleanup of this, I saw this in a cool little manipulation DVD, but essentially you're gonna put pressure on this top end, pull back, your thumb is then gonna push down, and you're gonna collect all the top end cards like so. But the cool part is if you hold a lot of tension, this still retains a fan. So when you do it in fast motion, so here and there. And there you go, and that's a fan, and you can close it up like this. Boom, that's the first one, easy. All right, so here's the second. Now this one doesn't really make any sense because a Faro Shuffle, you're supposed to be Faro Shuffling the cards, but you're actually doing an anti-Faro of sorts. So you show people the cool Faro Shuffle like this, and then now you unshuffle it like so, and you can do a fan if you want to. Let's go over. This is also extremely easy. It's all very easy. You see, Shinlim, here's the thing about all my card tricks. They're all extremely self-working. Dream Act, 52 Shades, extremely easy. You just buy the DVD and you can do it immediately.
Easy Cream is an all-natural diarrhea inducer in an easy-to-use gel form.
I just want to let you guys know that, alright? But let's go over how to actually do this first. So you do the Faro, and now you want to clip the cards into the crotch of your hands like this. Okay, 1, 2. See how it's in both now? So you can actually hold it without the cards falling. And you can do that, right? You can notice the cards fall out easily. So you want to just let them fall as opposed to clipping them. So you do the Faro. First you clip the cards, but then now you're going to relax your hands. You want to make sure that you don't go too far in, like this. That way the cards can easily fall out like that. It goes into both crotches of the hand and fall out. You can then do a S fan to be cool. Alright, get a nice profile pic like this. Nice, cool. How's that look? That's real original, right? No magician's ever done this before. How about this? On to the next one. So here is a multiple Faro Shuffle. To be cool in front of the lay people, they're gonna say, wow, you can shuffle the cards so many times. But it's simply an illusion, okay? You're not actually shuffling it multiple times. It's just an illusion. You're a magician. You're a magician. That's why you can do this. So you Faro Shuffle the cards, but you're gonna Faro Shuffle it like this. Side jogged, all right? Not fully jogged. You're then gonna push it out like that. So it does a mini shuffle. That's the first one. 2, 3. Boom! And it looks like you've done 3 shuffles. Not really, but it just looks cool. And you should totally do it because I do it all the time by myself in the room trying to impress this fishes over here. I highly recommend you do it as well. It improves your self-esteem as a human being. One more time, you're gonna Faro Shuffle the corners only. Try to be as perfect as possible. Of course, I'm not perfect. You have to be the verts to be perfect. So don't lie to yourselves, get over it. All right, so the first shuffle is like this. Second shuffle, you're then out jogging it like that. Some magicians actually use this to secretly, you know, not shuffle the deck. Corners of the cards, mini shuffle first, thumb on one end, fourth finger on the opposite end, and that's how we get this shuffle here. Finally, pressure down, to shuffle and end it like that. And that is the triple whatever multiple Faro Shuffle. It's pretty cool, very basic. A lot of people do it, and you should too, to be original. Here is the final trick you can do with the Faro Shuffle. Now, of course, you can do this exact same thing with a regular riffle shuffle. However, I like it with the Faro because it's layering every single card one by one. So the bridge, when it happens one by one, which is really, really nice. This is kind of counterintuitive, but then again, so are all of my tricks that I do. But it looks cool. You're doing a Faro Shuffle, of course, as we all know. And we want to get into the same positions, like remember that unshuffle we did with the where we put the cards over here. But instead, we're gonna then buckle up and show our pretty little faces and let the cards shuffle. Okay. Whew. I picked the cards up. Here you go. Faro Shuffle. Into each other. Again, the crutches like that. Now we're gonna turn over the cards, and one by one they shuffle in. The reason why I like this is because a lot of shuffles, the problem with many flourishes actually in general, is it takes place down here. And it just isn't a nice sight. We want things to happen up here. And so this is really nice. All you have to do is position the cards like this. Again, like we're doing that little, we're not doing this though, but we position it like that. And then we're gonna wrist hill up, all right, to show our faces and shuffle. I'm gonna show the exact finger positions because it can get kind of tricky. But I like to place this hand out, my left hand out, and my right hand to control the cards. So my right hand kind of curls down, as you can see. It's hard to do it in slow motion, but here's what it looks like in real time. Go out here, and they shuffle in towards each other. You want to kind of have it at your face. That's the whole point of this shuffle. So you kind of come up here like this, and you shuffle it right over here. That way they get to see a nice little framing. As I like to always talk about in all of my tutorials, framing your face, because you are a performer. You don't want them looking down here. You want them looking up as much as possible. That's framing for you. That's the Faro Shuffle for you. And that is the tutorial. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know all of that stuff was pretty useless. Probably won't even go into your repertoire, but it's really cool to practice in front of the bathroom or in the mirror or in your bedroom underneath the blanket. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. My name is Shin Lim, and if you want to do more advanced Faro Shuffles, you have to be Singaporean or else you just can't. All right, guys? Peace out.